Hello and welcome to Indian Masterminds. I'm Muskan Kandilwal and today I am joined by Uday Krishna Reddy, someone who never gave up, no matter how many times he failed. After multiple attempts, his hard work has paid off with an impressive All India rank 350 in UPSC CSC 2024. In this interview, Uday shares his inspiring UPSC journey, the challenges he faced growing up without his parents, his preparation strategies, and much more. If you're preparing for UPSC, especially with the 2025 prelims around the corner, this video is packed with valuable last-minute tips and insights from someone who has been through it all. So stay tuned. Thank you so much, Udayji, for joining in Masterminds today.
Yeah, it's my humble privilege. Thank you very much.
First of all, congratulations to you for clearing UPSC CSC.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
So how did you feel when you found out that you had cracked the UPSC Civil Services exam, and what was your parents' reaction?
Basically, I did in Niskam Karma this year. So, after facing many failures, and last year I got All India rank 780, and this year I got 350. So this year, I did Niskam Karma. Last year I was expecting a much better rank, but this year I didn't have any expectations on my results. So it was common composed the state of mind that I was having when I looked into my results. So when it comes to my parents, my both parents, I lost my mother at the age of 5 years old, and my father at the age of 17 years old. So they are not here in this world. My grandmother, I told her about the results, but she could not understand what is the civil service exactly. And simply I told her that so बढ़िया the बड़ा job मिला. That is it.
So if you could please, give a brief about your upbringing. आप कहाँ से हैं? आपका childhood कैसा रहा? What is your educational background?
Yeah, basically I'm from Ullapalam village of Singaraikonda Mandal, Prakasam district of Andhra Pradesh. So I lost my mother at the age of 5 years, and my father at the age of 17 years. Since then, my grandmother uh, has taken care of me and my brother. And when it comes to my schooling, the entire my schooling, I did my schooling in rural area only. All my schooling done in government and government aided institutions only. So then, when it comes to my education qualification, I did my BA from Jawahar Bharati Degree College. So after that, I got an opportunity to place into police constable in police department of Andhra Pradesh, where I served about 5 years, and then gave resignation and started preparing for civil service.
So what motivated you to start preparing for UPSC CSC? Any inspiration? कोई bureaucrat जिससे आप inspire हुए?
It was nothing like that. No specific individual, but it is a series of inspiration that has happened. Earlier, I was having the ambition of becoming a doctor and becoming a good surgeon. But my father, when I was in intermediate, he outrightly told that even if you crack the free seat for medicine, so I'm not able to afford that fee even. So better to stop pursuing the MBBS, the bigger ambitions. And then I decided, okay, let it be. So what is the other alternative career that can be served better and having the equal reputation on par with the doctors? So I looked forward to pursue career in civil services. So that is why I shifted my education orientation from biological science to humanities.
Okay.
So since then I have been studying for civil services, but unfortunately I lost my father while I was there in graduation second year. So since my father was working as a lorry driver and my grandmother, he sells vegetable in a rural village. So as she is also getting older and she stopped that small vegetable business, then entire family responsibility was on my shoulder. So at that time, the police constable notification was there in Andhra Pradesh. So I applied it and I got the job in my first attempt itself there. And then by completion of when the results got delayed, the police constable results got delayed. After completion of my graduation, I joined the police department.
Hmm.
So then, since then, I have been seeing many higher officials and how the system functions, the grassroots level problems, and many things. So I could have done better. I could have done better. I mean, day by day, when I was seeing how the system works at grassroots level. So had I been there at higher positions, I could have done it very well. So likewise, I'm getting keep on getting motivation and all. So and two figures I mean who motivated me during my graduation was one Rev Mutyal Raj garu. So he was I mean All India rank one from Andhra Pradesh of his civil services 2007.
Okay.
2007 का civil services All India topper है. And later Aula Ramesh Reddy garu. He was I mean, he's IPS officer now, currently serving in Tripura cadre, and he's also one of my greatest motivation.
Which attempt was this?
Yeah, this was my fifth attempt. In my first attempt itself, I went to interview. That was in 2019. Was my first attempt.
Okay.
In first attempt, I gave interview, but I couldn't make into final list by the margin of 9 marks. But in 2020, I severely got infected to COVID, and I mean, I was thinking that I mean my life would be end. So I mean, I was severely hospitalized. So then I recovered, and I gave 2021 attempt, in which I failed CSAT by 1 mark. I
Okay.
scored around 100 marks in GS, and in CSAT 65 marks only. So I missed it by 1 mark margin. And in 2022, similar thing happened. So I scored around 102 and all in GS, but I missed CSAT by huge margin, around 20 marks. So despite of putting lot of efforts on CSAT, so I couldn't. I mean, I was not able to complete clear that CSAT of 2021-22. Then I was severe. I mean, my confidence hit rock bottom, and I thought whether I will be in a position to make it or not, and a lot of self doubts and frustration and depression a lot. Then I took the path of spirituality, where I calmed down all my insecurities and many things. So I'm big, mean, ardent devotee of Lord Hanumanji. So I took the path of spirituality. Where I can gain the strength and confidence and all. Later, my confidence gained momentum. In 2023, I gave the attempt again. So in that attempt, I got All India rank 780. So I was allocated into Indian Railway Management Service.
Okay.
So then I took EOL and I again gave attempt. Now in my fifth attempt itself, I got All India rank 350.
So you have given so many attempts, काफी सारे आपने अटेम्प्ट दिए हैं, कुछ मार्क्स से आप हमेशा रह गए, तो कभी ऐसा कोई मोमेंट आया where you felt like quitting and choosing different path?
No, many people ask me that whether you are having the plan B or what was your backup plan and all. So frankly speaking, I was so determined. So at any cost, I would like. I mean, I should clear this exam. So that was the state of my mind. That is the reason that I was not having the plan B. Even I will be ready to do for some other menial jobs even, but I won't. I will not be. That will not during this time. But after clearing, exhausting all the attempts, okay, let us go for some other alternative. I should not think about the plan B during the preparation. So, in fact, to say frankly, not having plan B is my actual plan B. So
That's so
that worked
nice.
out, yeah, yeah. And that compelled me and that pushed me into the zone of I mean, war mode. And that is the reason I was so determined. And see, this is a and insecurity. When it comes to insecurities, in 2022, I felt so. I think I'm not in a position to do it. What could I do to clear the CSAT paper and all? So fortunately, when I choose that spiritual path, no, in the temple only, I met a guy. So he suggested me to pursue, I mean, to take the course of uh, Srinivas Medati. Srinivas Medati, who is a very good English teacher, faculty, who is teaching for CAT, MAT, and these all things, SSC, CGL, and all. So I enrolled for his course. I requested him, in fact, to take personal care, and he taught me very well, and I adopted it for it. In 2023, I for all the comprehension questions, I everything. Around 27 questions, I think there were. So 27 out of 27 comprehension questions, I marked it correct.
Hmm.
And there were few low hanging fruits. So as we all know that 23 paper was very difficult in
Yeah,
terms of
CSAT.
GS and CSAT as well. In CSAT, I was able to score around 10 to 12 marks. 12 to 10 to 12 questions from the mathematics. Aptitude area, and 27 questions. 27 out of 27 comprehension I marked it right. In general studies also, I scored very high, around 106, exactly 106.83, I think. So I scored 106. The cutoff was around 78.
Hmm.
So that hitting the rock bottom when with the confidence and gaining the confidence is the next level of achievement apart from this getting two times rank. So
Right.
that is.
So what was your overall strategy for all the three stages, be it prelims, mains, interview? कैसा आपका approach रहा है?
So the first we need to go through the syllabus and the PYQs and analyze what are the variants of the questions and what is the depth and variety of the question subjects and the conceptual things that are all there are asking. One thing, first syllabus and PYQs. Later we have to prepare our own notes out of basic fundamental books like NCERT and standard books. So once you are done with your notes now, so that is the preparation. It is 80% of the preparation is done. So you have to revise it again and again and again and again, and you have to keep updated with your newspaper. So the basic fundamental thing. Later, for every prelims, I give more than 100 mock tests.
Okay.
100 mock tests. Yeah, 100 mock tests and PYQs also. Even though I know the PYQs and their answers, I again before the exam, just before the exam, I do solve all those MCQs because to get a familiarity with the paper and font and the logical approach of UPSC paper setter and all.
Hmm.
And apart from that, I also used a few elimination techniques as well for general studies. So far, I gave 5 attempts. In all my 5 attempts, 4 times I scored more than 100 marks in general studies. This year only, due to the support after getting rank, I was having the little time. And by the way, obviously there was the dopamine rush of success. So I was not able to focus on the exam and preparation and all. So even though I'm forcefully revising the things, no, my information was not being processed in my brain after the rank, last year results. So that the stress caused me a little compromising of getting marks. So this year I got 88.66 marks in prelims. So comfortably clearing the prelims in general category. So this was the preliminary strategy I followed. So apart from this note making and these PYQ solving strategies and all, so elimination techniques, and also I do visit websites of all the ministries, all the international organizations like IMF, IBRD, and many international organizations, WTO, G7, and G20, and all. So all the websites I would go through just before the exam, 10 days before the exam, and all. So whenever I feel bored, no, at that time also I used to visit the websites, WWF, IUCN. These are all websites. So they gives us the familiarity. Every year, 2 or 3 questions I would answer from visiting those websites only.
Hmm.
So this is the one strategy, additional, unique thing that I made apart from the topper strategy. So that is it. For prelims.
So how was
Yeah,
your CSAT preparation? क्योंकि
yeah,
2023
that's
का,
a very good
as you
question.
also mentioned, कि 2023 का CSAT was very hard and it's also very unpredictable कि कैसा question आएगा, कैसा paper आएगा. So what was your
Yeah.
preparation like?
Yeah, actually, this is a good question. So since I failed to CSAT twice and again passed to CSAT twice, So I am the one who can able to answer it properly. So initially, I told you that Srinivas Medati sir, I joined his comprehension course for comprehension, and he suggested me to rephrase the paragraphs that are there in Hindu. The Hindu, we are getting editorial and columns, no? So those editor after reading those editorials, we have to rephrase those paragraphs. Rephrasing means you have to brief it
Mm.
as much as you can. You have to brief it. The more you brief it, the more closely you will be getting the central idea.
Mm.
So likewise, I did that exercise very diligently, the patiently. And when it comes to aptitude, since I came from this humanities and biological science background, so I was not having that much comfortability with the aptitude and reasoning questions. So for that, what I did, I enrolled SSC CGL course from Career Will app Rakesh Yadav. So Rakesh Yadav's course, where I came to know the basics and a few conceptual things and all. And Piyush Varshney, the same Career Will app only. The Piyush Varshney is also reasoning. So, but I don't suggest to people who are solely preparing for civil services to enroll for this entire. I mean, enrolling is one aspect, and completion of entire course is another aspect. So we don't need to complete entire Rakesh Yadav's course. There are pure maths, a few chapters are not there in CSAT, and you just go through the PYQs. The what are all the topics that are they given now? So you should only specifically complete and watch those chapters only. You have to practice those chapters. Same goes with the Piyush Varshini also. So you just go through PYQs and what are the topics that are given there in PYQs, no? Like silogs, clocks, calendars, and direction test and ranking. So puzzles. These are specifically you have to map by seeing PYQs. So you should just listen and complete those chapters only. Then mock test. I did all the PYQs as a mock test first, and I took Vision IAS CSAT papers that are there available in various in Xerox centers and all. I didn't join that mock test, but I took those and I solved those okay, almost 15 marks, 15 marks and 12 PYQs. I did for CSAT. This was for 2023. But 2024, frankly speaking, I was not having enough time. So around 45 days was there after announcement of the final results of 2023. For 2024, there was barely little time. So and post to success, joy and dopamine rush and security zone. So and I mean comfort zone. I mean, so all those are disadvantages aspects only. So and then since all these things are not in a accommodative manner, I couldn't able to solve not even a single mock test. And for 23 also, I was so confident that I would be getting ranking top 100 and all. So that was the one reason after giving my interview, I was in chill mode. So I didn't focus on thought of giving another attempt. So this was the thing that I did for 23 and 24 for season.
So how was your interview experience? What kind of questions were asked to you? Was it, totally from the DAF? या फिर कुछ unexpected questions थे?
Yeah, so far I gave three interviews for 2019 and 2023 and 2024. For 2019, I got honorable member chairperson Sujata Mehta ma'am's board. So, and the second interview, I got honorable member BB Swain sir board, Vidut Bihari Swain sir board. And for third attempt, 24 attempt, I got honorable chairperson Sanjeev Verma sir board, IFS officer, former IFS officer. So all three boards, mostly the questions came on in and around of my DAF. So my DAF was so enriched, so it was having around 30 entries. 30. So 30 entries it was having. So initially, few seniors suggested me that don't keep those so much entries. So even though you are having. My staff is having NCC, NSS, sports, voluntary organizations, and NGOs, and martial arts, and table tennis, and also one digital app interface for good governance. Was developing. Have been developing in fact, and also few things. My academic excellence was also good. I was having elocution, essay writing, and debate competition certificates and prizes, and the scholarships as well. And I worked in police department in various positions. So earlier, since I worked as police constable, so I worked in anti-Naxal force and special task force and quick reaction team, and I also worked in coastal security, and I also worked as a constable for CMS court monitoring system and CCTNS for CCTNS as I work. So these many entries are there. So initially, many seniors told me that don't put those many entries. So, but since I have the exposure, I want to mention all those I mentioned, and the majority, 90% of the discussion was around my DAP only, and the rest of the 10% about the state affairs and the current affairs and all. In my third interview, they asked me entirely 90% of questions from that. Apart from that, they asked me the day on my interview happened on February 9th, I think. So February 8th, I think. So on February 8th, what was the newspaper items and all? There was repo and reverse repo issues, the RBI monetary policy and all. So these many things were there in news. And they also asked me about the few cultural aspect of Andhra Pradesh. So tell me 10 variety of dishes that are from your region made out of dal. So, so they specifically compelled me to tell me 10. Literally, they asked me 10 and they counted 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So then they asked me one interesting question of geography. In that question, they asked me uh, pick up any one country from Africa, one country from Latin America, and one country from Europe, and you should tell the unique fact about that country, and that fact should be very unique to that country only. So they asked me that question, and um, yeah, they asked me about Acharya Nagarjuna and Vajrayana Buddhism, and they asked me about Naxalism as well, since I worked in anti-Naxal force. So this was the brief about the interview questions that I faced. Yeah, it was not fixed routine. In fact, so I was so studious and I was dedicatedly reading about 12 hours and all. So once you are done with your basic preparation and making of notes, basic fundamental NCRT and the one standard book, and making notes out of it, and you will be having one notes for geography, history, polity, economy each. Likewise, for for all 11, 12 subjects, we'll be having 12 subject notes. So then your work will be reduced and you can allocate 5 hours, 6 hours per day. And if you are having more interest, you can explore the many things and all. So initially formative years, 2019, 18, 19, 20. All these 3 years I was so studious and I was allocating time more than 10 hours and all per day. Later on, there was nothing much to learn, and we should kept ourselves updating. So during those phase, so I was allocating around 5 hours, 6 hours, and all the rest of the time I was doing part-time jobs and these all things for survival and all. So then, when it comes to giving the attempt, no, 2 months or 3 months prior to the exam, I was so studious and giving intensely 12 hours and all, so more than 12 hours give. When the exam is now 2025 exam is nearing, no, so it is there in 24 days. So during those times, I was giving 15 hours also from the monster reading that I can say. So that was the preparation and intensity. So usually during my preparation days, my day is I schedule like that. I do sleep 7 to 8 hours comfortably. I don't compromise on sleep. So after that, 12 to 7 or 11 to 7 my sleep time. After that, I do pick up optional subject early morning, optional subject for 3 hours. 10 by 10 and all, I will after freshing, getting fresh up and all. I do read newspaper and later general studies, and then and later general studies. It goes till 5 or 6 o'clock. After that, I go for walk or gym, and then 8 or 7:30 or 8, I then sit for reading ethics or essay, some other activities.
Hmm.
So I do plan like that. At the end of 11 or 12, I will be concluding my day. So that is the day-to-day schedule.
So are you going to give any other attempt, or was this your last attempt?
So if I will be having no, so I will be usually giving the attempt. So this is
Okay.
my fifth attempt. I mean, I got all year rank 350. There
Hmm.
was some technical issue, and the one matter is sub judice, so I don't want to comment on it. So if it comes in my favor, no, I will be getting attempt. Should I will be giving attempt, rectifying my mistakes. So the rectifying little small mistakes I did. So that those costed me around 25-30 marks. So had I had I been not do that similar mistakes, no. So this year only I would have ended up in top 100. So I want to rectify that mistake and strongly want to give another attempt if possible. Yeah.
Okay. So with this rank, which service are you expecting?
Surely I will be getting IPS. So as per the previous year 10 and as the toppers, so topper community, they also form the group and they make the Excel sheets and all the speculations and from that statistics and empirically backed inputs. So I'm telling that surely you'll be getting allocation of Indian Police Service, the IPS.
Hmm.
So that is it.
So with prelims just around the corner, अभी आपने भी कहा कि कुछ दिन में prelims आने ही वाला है. So would you like to share a few last minute tips or strategies for aspirants?
Surely I would like to share. So last 24 days now. So this is very crucial time. It makes you breaks you. So I have seen many people who are very studious, and they are very well disciplined and kept on revising things and all. But just before the exam, their mental status will come down and the confidence and the breakdown. I haven't did this, haven't done this, haven't done this, and with the revision I wow, I saw many insecurities coming, and they will be succumbing to that insecurities and perfectionism. So what I suggest is that whatever have you done, that is quite enough with when you are having the proper mindset. So because this year I did nothing. Honestly telling, I did nothing. I mean, I was barely having single revision also. For that single revision also, I was not in a position to receive whatever I am reading. So fortunately, I was having the rankers community. So few people, I mean, Nagabharat is serving in IPS and he's undergoing training, and Akhil Buddhi is also, undergoing training in Labasana for IAS, and another guy, Kiran Saimpu, he also undergoing training in IRS Palasamudram, I mean, Kashtapakalli. So these three people stood very strong for me, and they kept on counseling me that so hey, this exam is not about only the knowledge. You just prepare your mental and mindset is that whatever the knowledge that you are having, that is quite enough to tackle the questions. You just feel the question mean exam like a puzzle. You just feel like this exam is like a puzzle because obviously even the topper won't know 100 out of 100 questions, right? So with the limited knowledge only, you have to think logically. So few things are there that can be solved without knowledge by only sheer common sense. So for that, that is why I'm telling you, you just tune your mindset in a very positive manner, and whatever you've done, no, so that is quite enough. And you kept on revising the subject and all, so keep on revising. So try to revise as many times as you can. No, don't pick up any new books. Revision and proper mindset, positive mindset. In fact, the common sense, confidence, these two things are very important while you are going to the exam.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for giving your time. This has been really a great conversation. आपने जितनी चीज़ें बताई, all the three stages, कैसे preparation करना चाहिए, कैसे balance रहना चाहिए, PYQs, last minute tips for prelims.
So always believes in the Almighty. So have that spiritual advantage also towards your favor. So that also I would like to mention.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for giving your time.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a really a great conversation. You asked briefly and crisply and effectively.
Thank you so much for watching this interview. We hope Uday Krishna Reddy's story gave you the motivation and clarity you need in your UPSC journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Indian Masterminds for more such inspiring stories and UPSC tips. All the best for your preparation, and remember, success may take time, but it always comes to those who don't give up. See you in the next video.